everyone, welcome back to the Lord of the Rings Online. This is Gnarlo here. Say hello to everyone. Gnarlo, good boy. We had just finished up Book 2, Chapter 15, The Red Pass. And we had traveled back over here to Ostgurth. We have a backpack from Elsa the Bold that we're supposed to return to her sister Hannah. And then a letter that we're going to send back to Frederick the Elder. So let's go over here and talk to Hannah first. Give her her sister's backpack to let her know that her sister is safe.
You startled me.
Working on Chapter 16, Agamaur secured. My sister is well. I'm very pleased to hear this. What is it that you bring me? Thank you so much for bringing this to me. I fear for my sister, for the swamp is a threatening place, full of terrors. But I know that what she does is for the good of the Aglain. Now suppose you should take Elsa's letter to Frederick. Alright, so now we need to bring the letter. Let's see if we can read it. Whether or not it's in our inventory here, let's see. Just a letter for Frederick the Elder. I don't guess it's in our actual inventory, is it? No, I don't see it anywhere. Alright, so we're going to head on down the hill and give the letter to Frederick. He should be standing right over here next to the milestone. And let's see what he has to say about the entire affair. It's a shame that we're having to be honest. We can't read other people's mail for a change. Hobbits are nosy after all. Okay. Chapter 2, Book 2, Chapter 16.
What can I do for you?
Crossing the swamp is not easy, Gnarlo. You have shown remarkable courage. Ah, yes, Elsa confirms as much in her letter to me. She speaks quite highly of you. I will begin preparing a shipment of supplies for Elsa and Ariak. So we're going to get Frederick's thanks, which is better than Turthan, so we will definitely be using that one.
Might I take a moment of your time?
Here we go. Book 3 forward, Fires in the North. So we have finished Book 2 now. I figured when we got the cutscene that we had pretty much finished it up. It was just the end tying up stuff left to do. I received a message from a man. Perhaps you know of him. He is a ranger by the name of Candaith. The details are vague, but it seems of great importance that you talk to him. I believe it concerns the enemy's movements in the North Downs. He's staying at a camp northwest of Weathertop. Travel west to the Forsaken Inn, then go north until you reach his campsite. Candaith. Is this the same dude that sent us on all those? It is, isn't it? I believe he is the same fella that sent us on all these quests around everywhere to go and speak, before we could go and speak to Radagast in the first place. He sends me out collecting Crebine eyes again. I'm going to report him to the authorities. Okay, so we're going to travel back toward Weathertop. Of course, right over there, as you see. And then find Candaith's camp and speak to him. So we'll rejoin you when we get over there. I know we've traveled back and forth that route several times, so no point in having to watch me do it once more. And we have arrived back at Candaith's encampment. He is definitely the Candaith who laid here all this time, asking me to go out and collect eyeballs and things before he would tell me where Radagast was. But very strange. You know, the instructions that Frederick gave us aren't the most clear in the world, because he said go to the Forsaken Inn and turn north. Well, this is technically north of it, but it's really northeast. Don't know why he didn't say just look on the north side of Weathertop. But there you go. Let us talk to Mr. Candaith here and see what exactly it is that he's got as far as fires in the north. I'm thinking with this being book 3, with it being a yellow like this, it's probably a travel quest. As we've discussed before, they tend to overcome their travel quests quite a bit. So let's take a look.
What do you need?
Esteldin sends word that you are to go there and meet with Halberad. Please hurry, for the orc fires burn hot and strong, and each moment we waste is another opportunity for the enemy. So talk to Halberad. Yep, definitely travel quests. Those are usually ranked quite a bit above what they actually are. For some of them, you run into some danger along the road and all that, but still, it's not quite as bad as they make it out to be. Why don't we track his travel destination? I think the only place he goes is Esteldin's camp. No, he actually travels to Esteldin. And we can travel for free. Wow. Alrighty, why don't we go to Esteldin then and talk to Halberad. I believe we have traveled there before once for something or other, but we will go ahead and travel for free. I don't know if this is going to be an instant teleport or whether it's going to be... Nope, looks like it's going to be an actual horse ride. Whoa, no, it is an instant. Okay, swift travel. So we'll be arriving in Esteldin here in just a moment, and then we'll look for Halberad. Coming into Esteldin now. Way up on the North Downs. I'll pull up a map here in just a second, as soon as the horse ride's over. We'll show you exactly where we are. Alright, we're right here at the stable master. Said I believe we've been here before. As you see, we're right over here. Yes, we've definitely been here before, because remember down here's Malunin, where we were running those quests, finding the smashed supplies and everything for the elf encampment down here. So yeah, we've definitely been to Esteldin before. So I don't need to show you all the route in order to get here. So good. It was nice that we've got had a free ride there. I wonder if he gives you, if the stable master here can give you a ride back.
What can I do for you?
Does he give a ride back to Candace? Nope, he does not give any rides back to the Lone Land. So that looks like a one-shot, just because of it being the a lot of quests around, a lot of quest rings. One shot because of the epic quest here. I don't know in the past whether or not he would have given you a ride. I really doubt he would have. You would have had to find your way over here by yourself if you had not been before. But they've added in a bunch of little rides like that. If you remember, what's his name? Arthedain? Is that the guy that's to the east? Or to the west, north of Bree, and to the west of the festival grounds? He sits there, that ranger. He never used to have rides that would take you around places either. Okay, Halberad. I believe Halberad is inside this door, perhaps? Nope, no effect. Gotta get to book 3, chapter 7. So let's find out where Halberad is. Looking all the places where rangers have been before. We have all been called together by Halberad for a reason we do not know. Some of us have our suspicions, though. Alright, is he in here? We've got a quest ring on the door on the mini-map. There he is. Let me take a look and see. Halberad's in the North Downs, urgent need of assistance. Well, I guess there's nothing that tells you to look in here, so I guess you would just have to wander around until you actually open the door. I knew it because I had done it on my dwarf before. I knew he was behind one of these two doors. So let's talk to Halberad. Find out what's happening with the rangers here in the North Downs.
How can I be of service?
Word has spread about the word you have given the rangers to the south. Here in the northern lands, we need your help now more than ever.
Would you do something for me?
While the eyes of Esteldin have been turned to the east, news from west and south tells me that the enemy is moving on many fronts. I fear that the strength of Esteldin is nearly spent, and alone we cannot face this greater threat. A council of the free peoples of the North Downs must be called, yet before I do so, I need more knowledge of this threat. I need to know if Fornost, once the capital of Arnor of old, has fallen under the sway of Agamaur once more. If the enemy has taken and fortified the ruins of Fornost, we are in the gravest of dangers. Travel to Mencham, a ranger who camps on the fields of Fornost to the west, and ask for his aid. So we need to talk to Mencham. Camps on the fields of Fornost. Okay. Another yellow quest. So it looks like yet another travel quest. I'm hoping that's what's going on. Of Arthedain and its settlements. Ooh. Stamped across the front of this book is the title of Arthedain and its settlements. The book's cover is worn as if many hands have held it. It opens easily to a dog-eared page which reads, "In those days, northeastern Arthedain was dominated by 5 great settlements, known commonly as the 5 towns. They were Henneth Rune, south of Fornost, Duantham, astride the ancient stream, Carnaglen in the northern hills, Ost Ardulin in the lakelands, and Dolindir, now called Esteldin. Among the rangers in the North Towns, we encourage our people to visit all 5 of the towns and discover the locations of their founding stones. It is important to remember who we are. Talk to Estuian. Alright, so we will talk to Estuian. Is there anything else in here? Any other books that give quests? Nope. Do not see anything else glowing with little sparkly, so I think we are all right. Okay, back out into Esteldin. Now, we are going to travel to the west. Pull up our map. The fields of Fornost are over here. The ranger that we are looking for, if you remember, there's a settlement right here. Well, there's a ruin right about here. What's the name of it? Amon Wraith. There was a ruin there that had a ranger on top of it that was helping the exiles. Remember, there's farmers and all over here in Kingsfell that the orcs coming in have driven them out and driven them over here, away from their farms, and he was helping them. So he may be here, or he might be over here where Mincham. Is that Mincham? Is that who we're looking for? Mincham's camp? Yes, talk to Mincham. So there we go. We need to go to Mincham's camp. It's going to say that's where Colbert, if you remember Colbert the Mad, who's so worried about bears. Let us go and talk to them. So we are going to travel back to the west across the Kingsfell and everything. Oh, actually, we've got a founding stone right up here. I forgot there's one of the founding stones. Should be right up here next to the stable master, and it is right there. So this is one of the founding stones. Well, we need to talk to Estuian first. Is she back here? Or are they back here? I think they may be on that other door we tried to go into. Yep, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. There are just too many rangers and named peoples in these parts. Why couldn't we have somebody? There she is, Estuian. Why couldn't we just have some townsfolk?
Make your request with haste.
So, you have found that old journal. Estuian raises an eyebrow. It is not customary for those not of the rangers to do so, but if you wish to know more about my kindred, you may want to undertake the journey yourself. The first of the settlements mentioned in the book was called Dolindir. Today we call it Esteldin. Return to me after you found the founding stone of Dolindir, and we will speak further. So the founding stone's right over here next to the stable master. So happy I have a horse. Does at least speed up the back and forth a little bit. Alright, let's click on the founding stone. This old monument is well kept and is free of dirt and vines. Upon its face is an inscription. Here once stood the town and founding stone of Dolindir in the kingdom of Arthedain, which has passed. In this place was established the refuge of Esteldin by Erasul, son of Arahad, that these lands might never again stand unwatched. You have found the founding stone of Dolindir. Alright, back to Estuian. And then I'm sure she will send us out after the next stone. I'm only grabbing this one because it is so close right now. And then we'll continue on over and talk to Mincham. But I figure we can knock this one out of the way.
Make your request with haste.
Yeah, she's going to give us the quest to find all the other 4 stones. Ah, I see you have chosen to begin the journey. Very well then. The book speaks of 5 towns which were Henneth Rune, south of Fornost, Duatham, astride an ancient stream, Carnaglen in the northern hills, Ost Ardulin in the lakelands, and Dolindir, now called Esteldin. You have seen the founding stone of Dolindir. Now seek the other 4. Okay. The ruins of Arthedain. Alright, so once more, we are going to set out. We're going to leave Esteldin, travel to the west, and visit Mencham. Now, we will pass another one of these stones on the way. Let me stop and pull up the map so y'all know. Right here, when we cross the river, the bridge there, just to the north of it, basically where you see that campsite, there's another one of the stones. As she said, one of the cities is astride, one of the ancient towns here is astride a river. So we will stop there when we get there and grab the other ancient founding stone. So here we go. As late evening comes upon us here, not quite sunset yet, but getting there. So hopefully we'll make it to Mencham's camp before night falls. And as we approach the bridge over the river, you will see just to the right some ruins, a few crumbling walls, some broken columns and everything. I don't remember, this is Duintham perhaps. So here's the bridge. Right up here are the ruins. So let's go ahead into them and see. It's Ostlegoras. I think there's the founding stone right there. Yes, indeed it is. The monument's face is inscribed with faded words, Duintham, founded in the year 1249 of the Third Age. At this place did King Celebrimbor establish the town of Duintham, that his people might cultivate the land and feed the people of his realm. So we've now found 2 of the 5 founding stones. Alright. At this point, it's continue back on across the bridge, up the hill and on into the west until we get to the southernmost bit of the fields of Fornost. As the sun begins to set over there, we will probably be arriving at the camp just about sundown. So we will continue on and see if we can't make it then. As we are traveling on toward Mencham's camp, I want to show you the sun is setting, and I want to get a hearty thank you to the designers of LOTRO here that there is no damn lens flare. I think actually that's something they may have taken out. I want to say in the early days they did have lens flare when you looked into the sun. I'm not entirely sure about that, but I'm glad they took it out because it's so utterly unrealistic. Y'all have heard me rant about it before, but lens flare, go outside and look into the sun with your eyeballs and see if you see any of those bright circles stretching from the sun into your eyes. You won't, because you don't have camera lenses in your eye. And this is supposed to be a fairly realistic game here. You'll see plenty of glare and it'll make your eyes water, just like staring into the sun here will do. But you're not going to see the lens flare because you don't have a bunch of glass lenses inside your eye to reflect. Alright, see, it's getting kind of dark. That's mostly the influence of the fields of Fornost here, which I believe we did, didn't we have to go out there and find a mad woman for the people over at Trestlebridge? I believe we did. And Colbert the Mad was the one that told us to go looking for her. So here we go, Mencham the Ranger. The fields of Fornost are an unsettling place for the living. They have seen too much death. Let's talk to him now. Ranger of the Fields, Book 3, Chapter 1.
It's a sorry day.
The enemy retaking Fornost of old. Aye, from what I have seen here, I believe it most likely that they have. From this lonely camp I've seen the spectres of the Oathbreakers stir, and fell spirits from Agamaur take shape upon the fields. I have also seen orcs spilling out from the gates of Fornost, so yes, the enemy has indeed taken Fornost once more. What cannot be told is the strength of the enemy within the ruined city, and for that I shall need your help.
Will you hear my sorrows?
Chapter 2, The Gates of Fornost, Level 34. I cannot tell you the strength of the forces of Agamaur within Fornost, for I did not see them approach. The orcs and wargs that guard the gates must have entered Fornost from the north. I fear the only way to know the true strength of the enemy within Fornost is to test the defenses erected at its gates by the orcs. I would do this myself, but my old injury prevents me from doing so. So many of these freaking rangers have apparently taken an arrow to the knee and can no longer go out and help us. Remember when we did the skirmish last time? The skirmish 2 episodes ago, Second Watcher Heatstraw. I would come and help you, but I've taken this injury to my arm. Yeah. If you are willing, go to the Norbury Gates north of here and slay what orcs and wargs you find. After you've done so, bring me a report of what you find. So we need to go to Norbury, which was the common name of Fornost. Go up to the Norbury Gates and defeat 10 orcs and 6 wargs. Alright, and that will be Chapter 2, The Gates of Fornost. Alright, so I think that is where we're going to leave it for this week, or for this episode, and probably for this week. I will be back at work the next 3 nights, so I will not be doing very much. I was hoping to get another episode this morning, however, it's going down for maintenance at 6 a.m., which is only an hour and a half away in my time. So 6 a.m. it's going down for maintenance until 11, and I'm hoping to be in bed by then. So there you go. I hope you've enjoyed it. We have gotten several chapters done. I'm going to, even though this is a yellow quest and like 2 levels above me, it's only defeating a couple of orcs and wargs. So I'm going to go up there and see whether or not my stealth and everything, I can manage to take them on maybe one by one and defeat a few. So we'll see how that goes. In the meantime, I'm hoping that maybe the Farmer's Fair will be starting up after the update. They're doing the update today, and maintenance and all. And hopefully the Farmer's Fair will be in progress after that, because it is definitely getting to be time for it. We still need to get the Farmer's Fair out of the way before the Summerfest can take place, unless they are going to change schedules around a bit. So there you go. We will catch you next time. Thank you for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it, and we will see you then. Bye bye.